Hi, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here. We're going to look at um, another fight, this time for the senatorial candidate from Arizona between Mark Kelly and Blake Masters, I think that's his name. So I just want to just say a little bit about Masters. Let me see here. I spoke when I was talking about Beto and Abbott. I brought up JD Vance, and JD Vance is backed by Paul Theil, and so is this Masters character, Peter Masters. So here we go. Blake. Did I say Peter? Blake Masters. Peter Thiel, right? Blake Masters. So Blake Masters, born August 5th, 1986, is an American venture capitalist, political candidate, and author, frequently referred to as a protege of businessman Peter Thiel. Masters co-wrote 0 to 1 Notes on Startups or How to Build the Future. And he went to Okay, so he is, looks like was born in Denver, Colorado, and now he's running for senator. All right, so that's who he is. And of course, Mark Kelly is the husband of Gabby Giffords, who was in the House of Representatives till she was shot in the face by a disgruntled Arizonian crazy man. Of course, with AR-15 style, some sort of automatic weapon. And so Gabby recovered, but then stepped down from Congress because she didn't feel she could do it, and her husband took her place, and he was elected to her. No, he was elected to Senate, I think. He didn't take Gabby's place. He took somebody else's place, I think. All right, let me check. I should probably definitely get this straight. Okay, let me give you. He was an astronaut. A captain, I think. So he's a retired astronaut, U.S. Navy captain. Serving as a junior United States Senator from Arizona. He was elected in the special election triggered by, the death of John McCain. So he took McCain's seat. Now, Peter Thiel and his buds want this guy Masters to get in. Right? So let's take a look at the race between Mark Kelly and Blake. Did I get that right? Masters. Masters debater. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Oh. So I'm using the Thoth Deck. Might as well go right to it. So the question is, will Mark Kelly win his Senate race against Masters? Will Mark Kelly? And of course, Mark Kelly is pro gun, well, certainly restriction. I mean, his wife nearly died, and his life was changed forever by a gun. All right, so will Mark Kelly win? We have the Prince of Swords here. Interesting. I wonder if this Prince of Swords, as I'm watching this and doing this, I'm thinking, is that Peter Thiel, the Prince of Swords? I know I've looked at his chart because I heard about him and he intrigued me, and I looked at his chart, but I have to find. My problem is that I look at stuff, I get into it, and then I get distracted by something else, or life happens, or I have another something I have to do, and it sits there, and then it goes under in the pile. So if I have an opportunity, if I have, in order to have those opportunities, I have to be able to do more of these readings so I can afford to explore with you guys. Okay, so we have the Prince of Swords here. The Prince of Swords, Mark Kelly. Now, this, I just talked about this card in my last reading as a negative, but this can also be somebody who knows how to organize people. Now, he was, the captain of that went up to space. So he understands parameters. Like, there are only certain things you can do in space. He knows how to work within the restrictions, right, of the space that you have when you're in space. Let's see the crossing card. The challenge is his ability to multitask, or his challenge is that things are being manipulated. I think things are being manipulated in Arizona, especially. Let's see what's in the past. We have the Knight of Swords. In this deck, the Knight of Swords is actually a little bit better than most decks, which is interesting because this deck is a challenging deck through imagery. But this is the astronaut, right? This is the guy going, like, he might as well be in a spaceship. It looks like he's sort of going over the ocean here, right? Looking from a bird's eye view, getting a bird's eye view. This is interesting. This is like, I've never done cards on Kelly. This is very interesting because there is this sense of somebody who's very precise and very maybe aware of manipulation, and I think is trying to keep his eye on the big picture here. I wonder if that's going to hurt him in the end. In the past, we have the Emperor. This is, positions of power. He has been he's a captain. He was a captain in the Navy. He was commander on the space station. These are leadership and command is something that he understands. In the sky, we have the Tower, an awakening. This could be the moment we're in. I think he's well aware of what's at stake here. See what's in the immediate future. The Seven of Cups. This is delusion. In this case, in this deck, it's debauchery. But it's sort of maybe looking for your spiritual fulfillment in things of the earth, of things of the earth. So things aren't clear. Things aren't clear. Let's see how it's seen from the outside. The Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. That might have something to do with Gabby. Maybe he's seen as somebody who's compassionate, somebody who's willing to cares about people. Oh my God, we can't have that. Domestic situation. We have the Sun. That's good. I like that, especially after this. Right. This, I feel, is the energy just around the whole election process, not necessarily his process. I've gotten this card before in the sense of things around Fetterman. When I did Fetterman's cards, this was in the sky. This murkiness, the storm perhaps, or that dark cloud that maybe Cash Peters sees all the time. But at home or in his domestic situation, we have illumination. I like that. I like that for him. Hopes and fears. Nine of Pentacles. That's gain. That's he hopes to win. An outcome. We have the Nine of Swords. Oppression. and the Knight of Discs. There's going to be a lot of things going on in Arizona. They're going to have to be very, very careful with. And that's where the guys in the get-ups and the tactical gear and standing at the voter boxes, that's where that's happening. We can see why. But I like the Knight of Discs as the last card coming up for that, because the Knight of Discs indicates patience. Patience. Let's see what's underneath it. Patience and waiting to see what happens. In fact, what may happen is that things happen at the actual day of the election that is cruel and oppressive and all of that stuff very, very quickly. Like it's going to be, so Arizona, Florida, maybe not so much, because it's pretty much locked in by the Republicans now with DeSatan there. Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, Arizona, I said that right? Those are the states where we have to be especially vigilant, because those are the swing states. And if they're going to put their energy anywhere, they're going to put it in those states to disrupt things, right? To disrupt things. Underneath it all, we have the Queen of Wands. We have success. And then we have ruin. The Queen of Wands very often to me is Nancy Pelosi, but it also comes up as Liz Cheney, that fiery female energy. It could also be AOC, really. She has her moon in Aries, so she's got some fire in her. She's got some fiery girl. Well, I don't know if I can say who's going to win. I just know this is going to be a big one. I'm going to go with Mark Kelly, because that's who I want to see win. And I think it's important to have positive expectation around these things, and yet be prepared for something else, right? Be prepared for something else. We can't get attached to outcomes, because we don't know the next, we don't really know the next step. If he does not win and this guy Masters gets in, where's Mark Kelly going to go after that? Like, that's still like a possibility. So I see Mark Kelly winning. That's what I see. But I think that, again, we need to listen to what the other side is saying, not the denying of the election. That's just the price of admission for them, because they have to line up with Trump, right? I mean, that's where the power lies, and that's what they line up with. But whether or not they agree with Trump, or whether, there are ideas out there that we need to pay attention to. And I'm not saying that this guy Theil or this guy Masters or JD Vance have the right idea. Yeah, an entrepreneurial future is the future really is much more entrepreneurial, but it also has to support people's lives so they can be entrepreneurial. And while you want to be able to do that, you have to have the social networks to support the people so that they can be their best selves, right? But without things like healthcare, and without things like safety and deciding what you want to do with your body, and opportunity to live in a clean environment and all of that, then we go from being co-creators to being automatons in somebody else's machine. And we've been doing that for years and years and years now. And how do you like that, guys? Right? So I'm going to give it to Mark Kelly, because I like him, because I think he actually wins. Hopefully, there's not so much shenanigans going on in Arizona. But yeah, so that's what I think. I hope, well, agree or disagree, doesn't matter. That's what I'm seeing now. We have the capacity to co-create with spirit. We're always sort of making decisions. Shine, you want to see Mark Kelly get in, shine the light, shine the light, shine your light. Do your diligence, send in whatever, however you're going to vote. A lot of people are going to vote by mail because it's safer. I don't blame them. If I was in one of those states, I would vote by mail, but I don't think I'm going to walk down to my my voting booth and cast my ballot, because I'm in Massachusetts, so it's relatively safe. You know, I was thinking the other day, and I'll end on this. I remember when Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton were running in the primary, I actually was backing Hillary. I thought she was smart and basically on the side of women, maybe a little bit too hawkish, but it felt good to have an able-bodied, smart woman who could play in the sandbox with the men, possibly becoming president. You know, as a woman, it felt really good. And I liked Hillary. I liked Hillary when she was with Bill. I kind of liked her, you know, she just became too hawkish for me. But they usually all do, because somewhat of a, hey guys, let's get along here. Let's figure out ways to get along and work together and get some work done. I mean, yeah, you can go it alone, but it's a whole lot easier when you're with people who have a common goal. I mean, honestly, I don't think I made my point. I might have just lost my point. Sorry. I'll let you guys go. Oh my God, I get off on these tangents. All right, guys, have yourself a wonderful day and shine the light. Shine the light. See you again soon. Bye.